Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Monaco have defeated Aston Villa in a quite a tight contest 1-0. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, it was one of the tightest games of the night. Apart when you look at the other results, this was such a close contest, and I really did not expect that this was gonna be so close. I expected it to be a draw. Coming into this game, Monaco have not been in a really good form. They have not performed that well in Liga. Aston Villa, on the other hand, themselves, they have been on and off for the last a month or so. So it was quite a weird one to predict what was going to happen in this game. And the game was in the end, it was quite a good game of football to watch. If I'm being very honest with you, it went completely, like, it was like a seesaw going from one side to other side. I would say that Monaco were quite lucky that they were able to score that goal, because this game felt like a nil-nil. The entirety of that game, it was just Monaco had already scored, so they were lucky. The game, you cannot really say that one side completely dominated. I would say, if you had to pick, I would say it was Aston Villa who dominated the possession, who created more clear-cut chances. I think the Monaco goalkeeper had a great game. He was basically, in my opinion, the man of the match, especially in that first half. He kept his team in the game. I think he made 3 or 4 crucial saves, which where if Aston Villa would have scored that one of those chances, I think they would have made a turnaround in this game, and they would have completely changed the scenario of the game. But he makes an important crucial save, especially, I mean, that save from Ollie Watkins right at the end of the first half. I think that was a very crucial save from him. That keeps Monaco in the game. That keeps helps them keep the lead for going into the second half. Second half comes in, and as I said, it was a legacy. So the first, when the game started, it was basically Monaco who were dominating, and they got the advantage, they got the score, they got the goal as well. Then Aston Villa turned around, they kept on, they turned the tables, they created good chances, and they almost came close to scoring. Second half comes in, and then Aston Villa, they started the second half better. It felt like they just continued from their left off before the break, and again the goalkeeper was there to make sure that Monaco are still in the game and they don't concede. And I think right at the end, if you look at the game, like the last 15-20 minutes, it just felt like Aston Villa, unfortunate for them, like they had sort of gave up in a way, like it felt like that they were gassed up, they were tired. They started to showing, the fatigue was starting showing, because the way that they were playing, they were they were running after every single ball before the game. And then I think it caught up to them, if I'm being very honest with you. And I think Monaco took advantage of the last 10-15 minutes. I think the main chances, all of them were through Monaco. I think Golovin came close twice to score the goal. They scored the second goal as well, which was ruled out Monaco. So unfortunately for Aston Villa, they were not able to put the ball back in the net. 2 times the ball went in the back of the net, both times it was Monaco. One of them, luckily for Aston Villa, it was disallowed. For Golovin, I think Emi Martinez made a couple of good saves right at the end to make sure that Aston Villa just lose 1-0 and they don't affect that goal difference, because right now, looking at the table, it is gonna be so crucial. It's gonna be so important. Every team is like, if you look at the table right now, from 3rd till 15th or 16th, like, there's just a 2-point difference. So that's how close the league phase is at the moment, and we still have games to play tomorrow, and then next week it's going to be so bizarre, so crucial. The league table is going to change so much until next Wednesday, so it's looking quite good. In terms of performance, I think both the teams played really good. I think it was a good game. It is a good performance from both sides. You cannot really fault. I think Aston Villa just had one of those days where you create so many chances, but you're just not able to finish them off. I think they had one of those games, and unfortunately for them, they lost. It is a hard loss to take, because, as I said, they played really good. I think they were the better side as well in that game. I think Monaco, after taking the lead, they just basically sat back for majority of the game. They let Aston Villa have the possession, and it basically became a challenge. Like, if you can break us down, try to break us down. That was basically Monaco's challenge. They got the lead, even though they were the home side. They just basically sat back and let Aston Villa have the ball. And unfortunately for Aston Villa, even though they created good chances, they created majority of the chances, they were just not able to break down Monaco and get that goal. And in the end, as I said, Monaco came back, and in the right at the end, because they realized now that Aston Villa are quite tired, the players are quite tired, and this is the right time to hit them, and they almost got lucky as well. But overall, I think it was a really good performance. Now both these teams Monaco have jumped up to 10th. They are on 13 points. Aston Villa, unfortunately, if they would have won this, like they were third before the fourth when the game week started, and now they are eighth, right? Literally on the edge of that top eight spot. And there's a chance that after tomorrow's games, they might drop to out of the top eight. So like that will be a big deal for Aston Villa, because since the season, since Champions League season has started, they have stayed in the top eight, and they've sort of made sure that they qualify for the next round automatically. So as I said, it is looking really crazy at the moment. The table is looking really interesting. That is why I say this is in my opinion, the new format is quite interesting. It as like until the last match day, every game is going to be so crucial. It keeps you on the edge. Everybody is so tuned in for the last day. Otherwise, like the previous season, nobody really cared about the last match day, because it was almost 90% of the things were settled and everybody knew what was going to happen. So right now it is tucked in and everything. Everybody is going to be waiting for what happens tomorrow night, for the rest of the games, and then for the next next weekend. Monaco, I think they would be really happy with that performance. I'm still not convinced that they play up to their potential. Their form has been all over the place before the Christmas break, and after the Christmas break it has continued. They won tonight, but I would say they were really lucky to not lose that game. As I said before, I think Aston Villa were the better side, but I would say that Monaco defended really well. This has been a problem for them in a Liga this for a month or so. They are not able to defend, and they concede goals so often. That is why I say they defended really well today. I mean, over the weekend they conceded 3 from 1 failure, so that was quite shocking for me. And that is why I think they would be really happy, sorry, with that clean sheet, that they made sure that they did not concede. I think that would have been the main point from everybody, the manager and the coaching staff. That is why I think the moment they scored the first goal, they went on the defensive. They just wanted to hold on to the lead as long as possible, and they managed to do that. Aston, on the other hand, you cannot, I cannot really fault Aston Villa or the players or the manager, because they really tried. And as I said before, they were the better team. It was just not one of their days. They just now have to hope that some of the results go their way tomorrow and the next week, so they don't have to play the 2 additional games for the qualifying round, and they can automatically qualify for the round of 16. It is going to be hard. It is going to be quite interesting, as I keep on saying. The next match day, especially after tomorrow, I'm just waiting for tomorrow night's game. My team is playing tomorrow, Arsenal, so I hope that Arsenal don't mess it up, because they are still in the top 8, and I would hope that they stay in the top 8. But at the moment it is looking quite interesting, with all the teams trying to make sure that they somehow manage to finish, and Aston Villa are one of those teams. So next week is going to be important for them, and that is the thing. They are going to play in the over the weekend, and then they again have the game. So that is going to be quite interesting to see what happens next week. So yeah, that is from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Monaco's performance. As a Monaco fan, are you happy with them? Are you with the defending that they did tonight, or are you still not convinced? As an Aston Villa fan, are you disappointed or are you proud? Let me know in the comment section below. And who do you think is going to finish in that top 8 when it's all said and done? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers as quickly as possible. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.